everyone. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's 50 Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. So, on today's episode, we have a new show. In this episode, there's a new story for you guys. It is called The Neighbor in Apartment 3B. So, anyway, it's almost kind of like related to our apartment, but we are in apartment A, which is number 13, which is building number A, which is the first building. It depends, but well, today was a great day. So Chris was working and all morning till like 4:30 p.m. and after he got off work, we went straight to my new house and we saw the second set 3 piece of bookshelf. We took it to the new house. Well, we took it inside because it was already in our new house. Also, we left it in the house, but we went straight to the party because my cousin-in-laws, Blaine and Braden, which is my husband's cousins, so they were celebrating their graduation. So we went to the party, stayed till like 8 p.m. So we had dinner. I had hot dogs and a salad plus the s'mores.
I had some pork loin.
Yes. So we got leftovers. We did s'mores. We, just talked, that sort of thing. We were just laughing. And when I looked at my wristwatch, it was like, oh, it's almost 8, and we gotta get going because I gotta do my evening show. So now we're here. My husband is packing up his office because he's gonna transfer his stuff into the new house upstairs. And for the next few days, he has to work in a work building, his office in the work building for like 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then Thursday, we will get our internet back at the new house and get the Wi-Fi going and set up all the streaming apps again. Well, we'll be left off where we're going to watch, the episodes, and I can still get into my podcast. So for the next couple days before Thursday afternoon, I would be back here in this current place and do my podcast. And after that, I would take my laptop, my microphone back to our new house. And then Thursday, I will be doing my podcast from there once we get the internet set up again. So we'll figure something out. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing okay, staying safe. So anyway, let's get started on the ghost story because I know you guys been waiting for it all day. So I thought it would be too late for me to do this podcast because my husband thought we were gonna stay at his grandmother's all night till like around 9 or 10 p.m. But apparently we decided to go home 8 p.m. because I wanted to do my show. So that's why we're back here, taking care of our shit. So, anyway, let's get started on the show. Because tonight, it's our last night being in our current place. So tomorrow night, we will be living at the new house. We'll be having breakfast there. We'll be uh, get cleaned up there. We're gonna have dinner, and we're going to we're just gonna talk to people, I guess. Just gonna relax, hang out. But in the evening, we'll be back at this place so I can do my podcast before Thursday afternoon by 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. The internet will be set up. So, anyway, I'm just giving you all an update. So, anyway, everything's all good. Now we're tired, but I am going to do my show now. So let's get started on the show, on the episode. So let's get started. We are still in season 5, episode 142, The Neighbor in Apartment 3B. So let's get started. I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing to this channel. I just want to also say thank you for watching the show and get comfortable. So get something to drink. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And let's get started on the story. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great time. So anyway, okay. Tara moved into the apartment building on Rosemont Avenue because the rent was manageable, the neighborhood was quiet, and the unit had just enough charm to make up for the warped kitchen floor and ancient radiators. It was one of those brick buildings from another era, 4 stories high with narrow hallways, brass numbers on the doors, and neighbors who seemed to know far more about one another than Tara intended to learn. On her first day, while carrying in boxes, she met Mrs. Klein from 3A, who spoke in a whispery rush about garbage schedules, mail theft, and the importance of not knocking on 3B after dark. Tara assumed the woman was eccentric and nodded politely. Apartment 3B, according to the mailbox labels, belonged to a man named Leonard Voss, or Leonard Voss. Yet over the next week, Tara realized she never once saw him come or go. She only heard the typewriter.
I'm gonna put you back in the office. I'm putting her back in the office.
Okay, come here, baby. Come on, what are you doing? Hi, baby. Sorry about that, guys. My baby wants to go outside. Why to the closet? Yeah. What's the matter, Tally? You want to go to the office? Yeah? It's okay. No, baby. No. You're okay. Sorry about that, guys. She wants to go outside. I know, sweetheart. I know. What's the matter, Bubba? You want to go outside? You know you can't. Here. I'm sorry. Excuse me, guys. I have to take my baby into the office. I'll be right back. Oh man, there goes my phone. Sorry about that, people. Tally, you gotta stop. Okay, calm down. Excuse me. Tally, you be nice. No. Here. Stay here. Stay. Okay, stay. You good girl. Alright. Ooh, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Whoops. Yeah, sorry, my cat wanted to go outside, but it's not safe for her. This is why we keep her in the house, where it's safe. So, I got her in the house. Well, got her back in the office, so she'll be okay. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I'll have to get back into the story. Okay. I hope you guys are doing okay. Let me get back to my ghost story, episode 142, because we're already in 142. Let me get back into it. Let me get that, because yeah. Oh, hey.
I'm gonna, after this, get the chair to the dumpster,
Okay.
and I'm gonna drive the stuff over.
All right, I'll be here.
Okay, baby, bubble.
Love you too. I'll make sure Tally doesn't go outside.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. My cat likes to go outside, but I always make sure she doesn't, because she's not safe. This is why. Okay, almost there. I know I need to finish the story. Okay, so all right. Okay, almost there, guys. Yep. Here's All right, here we are, right here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. When I accidentally stepped on my charger and everything came out, and this kind of went sideways, so that's why I had to try and get the story back. Okay, so I hope you guys know why this story can almost relate to other apartments and creepy and the typewriter thing. It can literally go cuckoo on that. So if you have any questions and opinions, let me know what you guys think. Just leave me a comment down below, and maybe I can answer back to you guys without typing the answer back. So please leave me a comment down below if this story is making any sense to you all. So let's continue. It began every evening at almost exactly 10:30, a steady clack, clack, clack from the unit next door that continued in long bursts until sometime after midnight. Tara did not mind the sound at first. In fact, there was something comforting about it, as though the building contained an old-fashioned habit surviving the present. But soon she noticed a pattern. The typing would stop whenever she paused in the hall outside her door. If she stood there listening, keys would continue striking for another 2 or 3 seconds. Well, hey.
Okay. I'll be back soon.
Okay, someone here?
No, I'm running stuff next to the other place.
Okay.
I gotta unload the computer. It fills up everything.
Okay. I'll make sure Kelly doesn't go outside.
Okay.
I have to keep the door to the office closed.
Okay, I'm actually already shut this door, so she's good.
All right. And then fall utterly still, not slow to a stop. Not pause, naturally just stop, as though whoever was inside had sensed her presence with impossible precision. By the 5th night, curiosity outweighed good sense, and Tara glanced through the narrow frosted glass window at the end of the hall, just in time to see the shadow of someone pacing inside 3B. Wow. Something tells me there is some kind of ghost inside the apartment 3B. I hope you guys are listening every word I say in this story, like on the show. I mean, I really hope you guys are watching my show, because I like when you guys watch my show at night, 8 p.m. usually. I just hope you guys are still brave enough to stay awake and listen to the story. It is amazing, and I hope you guys are doing okay. So, but yes, tonight is our last night. This apartment that we are still in, it can be creepy sometimes, but we are literally moving out of this place. Thank goodness. We're upgrading it. We're not buying the house. We're just upgrading it. We're renting it. So it's almost related to us, but we're actually renting the place for a while. And then one day we will actually buy our own house and do whatever we want with it. Depends how long we can live at the new house. So I hope you guys getting any sense to this story. Please leave me a comment down below if you guys have any sense to it. Like, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, let's continue on the story. The next morning, she asked the super about Leonard Voss. The man shrugged in a way that suggested he wished the question had not been asked. He said 3B had technically been vacant for months, ever since an incident led management to hold it off the rental market. Tara pressed for details, but got nowhere later that afternoon. Mrs. Klein volunteered more than Tara wanted to hear. She claimed Leonard had been reluctant writer who rarely left his apartment and spent years working on what he called his life's great book. One winter, after neighbors complained about the smell, police entered and found him dead at his desk with the typewriter still loaded and one unfinished page in the machine. Since then, people on the third floor sometimes heard typing after 10:30 and occasionally saw light under 3B's door. Though the electricity had been shut off. He doesn't like interruptions, Mrs. Klein added, as if discussing a difficult but living tenant. Wow. This is so freaky. Anyway, I hope you guys don't get little creeped out by the story, because some can be creeped out. I mean, I remember as a kid that when I went camping and some old guy came to us and started telling us a weird, creepy ghost story at Camp Kamika when I was like 14, and I didn't understand what was going on. I got up and ran away to the actual fucking cabin because I got creeped out. Even though I was skeptical about this, and I literally, I don't know. I just didn't understand it until now. But I'm still trying to understand this story and any other stories. So let me know what you guys think about this. If you have anything that can make sense of the story. Well, if you guys know what I'm talking about, please leave me a comment down below right here on live stream. So I go live streaming every night, usually 8 p.m. But tomorrow, well, I'll be back here, but doing live stream and then go back to our new house. So we'll get ready for Monday. My husband has to work and I got errands to run probably, and do what I normally do. So, go to the library, hang out with my friend, finish reading my novels. I'm still trying to get an update about my novel. Hopefully, my second novel will be on Amazon, because my first one is already in there. I'm just waiting for it to get released, and it takes a while. So, all right, so let's continue on the story. We are in 24 minutes, which means we're going to be done soon, I hope. Maybe another 30 minutes, probably. So let's continue on the story. Tara laughed when she got back to her apartment, but not convincingly. That night at 10:30, the typing started again. Right on time. This time she did not wait passively. She went into the hall, stood outside 3B, and listened as the keys hammered away with greater intensity than before. Then she knocked once. The typing stopped at once. For several long seconds, there was nothing. Then, from the other side of the door came the sound of paper being pulled sharply from a typewriter carriage. A single sheet slid under the gap at the bottom of the door and stopped against Tara's shoes. She stared at it without moving across the top. In fresh black lettering was a sentence she had not written and could not explain. You are standing where my ending should have been. Tara took the page back inside her apartment and did not sleep. In daylight, the sentence looked less terrifying and more strange, almost theatrical, but that did not make it harmless. The page itself felt wrong. It was crisp but faintly warm, and when Tara held it to the light, she could see there were indentations beneath the print line, as though many other words had once occupied the sheet and been pressed into it by force. She showed it to her friend Mel, who came over that evening and armed with skepticism and cheap wine. Mel immediately declared the whole building to be a nest of bored liars playing a prank on the new tenant. Yet even she went quiet when, at exactly 10:30, the sound of typing began. Next door, while both women were standing in Tara's living room, with the shared wall visible between them. No one had entered 3B. No lights showed beneath the door. Still, the keys struck with furious purpose. Against Tara's protests, Mel marched into the hall and rattled the knob of 3B. Locked. She bent to peer through the keyhole, swore softly, and stepped back so quickly she bumped into Tara inside the apartment. She whispered there was a man seated at the desk with his back to the door. The room was so lit only by a lamp beside the typewriter, and the man's shoulders moved as he typed. Tara looked too, but only darkness through the keyhole. Before either could decide what to do next, a new sound came from behind the door, the slow, deliberate ring of a carriage return and the slam of the lever resetting the line. Then the knob turned once from the inside, not fully, just enough to announce that whatever sat in 3B knew exactly how close they were. The following day, Tara asked permission to transfer units. Management stalled. The building was full. They said maybe next month, maybe after renovations. That night, the typing began earlier than usual, around 9:50, and continued without pause until the whole wall seemed to carry the rhythm into Tara's bones. Near midnight, there came a knock on her own apartment door. 3 measured taps. She opened it, expecting Mel or Mrs. Klein. The hall was empty. On the floor outside lay a neat stack of pages tied with string. The first page read, "Like a story." The second two, "By the fourth." She realized with growing dread that the story described her moving into the building, meeting Mrs. Klein, hearing the typewriter standing in the hall. Reading the sentence slid beneath the door. The final page ended mid-line with the words, "When Tara finally opened 3B, she found." She moved out before the week ended and never learned whether the pages continued. The stack vanished somewhere during the rush of packing, as if the building itself reclaimed evidence. Too specific to keep, Mrs. Klein later told another tenant that Tara had done the smart thing by leaving before Leonard decided to finish the chapter. No one rented 3B for another year. The typing, she said, continued whenever a tenant in 3A or 3C asked too many questions. Tara still thinks about that unfinished final page. She is not afraid of a dead writer. Exactly. She is afraid of being made into an ending she did not choose, especially by someone who died believing unfinished work mattered more than leaving the room alive. This is so creepy, guys. And Tara was like, what the hell? She probably thought anything unusual in 3B. So, I'm guessing that some guy in 3B, I don't know, decided to write Tara's whole story of her moving into the building, talking to people, and somehow, hearing typewriting at 10:30 p.m. and somehow hearing the typewriting again around 9:50 p.m. So she got scared because, I don't know, some weird guy who died in 3B never left his apartment because he was afraid what could happen to him. So he never left the apartment when he ended up writing a novel. So I think that the person was named, I think in the story, I think his name was, let's see what his name was. I forgot just now. I think, well, let's see. His name was Leonard Voss. That was his name. So, okay, we've got audience questions. Okay, Leonard Voss was the writer in Apartment 3B. So, he was a famous novelist, and he had a lot of weird shit going on in his life. So he decided to turn his full depression pain into his novels. And when Tara decided to move in to the building, somehow Leonard decided to use her story about her life, to write a book about what happened. So, and the next thing, she decided to move out just because she didn't want to be a part of the book. She didn't want to be a part of whatever was going on in the apartment. I think Tara did the right thing to move out of the building and get another place so it's not scary anymore. I mean, she's not afraid of the dead guy, but she's just afraid of being a part of the novels, like being in the book. So, anyway, let's get started on the questions. We are in 36 minutes now, so we're almost done with the show. We've got 10 questions, and I hope you guys have anything to write in the comments, like any answers or whatever. So let me know what you guys think. Okay, so question 1. Would you have knocked on 3B after hearing the typing? Well, yes, of course I would. Why wouldn't I? If I lived in one of these apartments in that building, yeah, I probably would go over there and knock on the door and see what was going on. I would probably investigate it. I would get people tell me what really happened in that place, how he died, and how can I help him move on into the afterlife, especially with the novels and stuff. But yeah, I probably would. I would be very curious, like Tara would. Okay, let's go to number 2. What is more disturbing, the typewriter sounds or the pages about Tara appearing? I think maybe the typewriter, and Tara appearing in the novels. It's more scary than that, but also hearing a typewriter writing chapters on their own, even though there's nobody in 3B. So I think it's the typewriter. All right, let's go to number 3. Do you think Leonard wanted an audience, a witness, or a character? I think he wanted an audience. He was looking for someone to put them in the book, maybe another character, but I think he also wanted an audience. But I'll have to guess that an audience. Yes. So my answer is yes, an audience. Let's go to number 4. Why do buildings within walls make or such effective ghost stories? Well, it's probably because old buildings have a lot of history of paranormal stuff going on, like spirits being trapped in the house where they died. When they die, they don't remember how it happened. They are confused and scared, obviously. They don't remember. It's like their minds were altered somehow. And when they go back to the beginning, what happened, they would get the truth. They would be very curious. They just don't remember how they died. But the buildings would remember because they've been there for so many years. And that's why they have a really good history of all the paranormal and all the spirits and all the ghost stories because they've lived it, because they're a part of it. No wonder why. Let's go to number 5. We've got 5 questions before I sign off. What would you have looked through the keyhole? I would want to see a ghost on the other side through the keyhole, see who's sitting there, and maybe see the typewriter working by itself. Maybe I was hoping I would see a spirit sitting at the chair and continue writing the chapters. I would want to find out what's really there. I would open the door and investigate it, try and get some evidence and answers, that sort of thing. So that's exactly what I would do. I would definitely look through the keyhole and see maybe some ghosts, see if there's any paranormal activity going on. What do you think was supposed to be on the unfinished last page? I was hoping it would say the end somehow, maybe, or like, I think that's all I could think of. Maybe the last final words would say, we finally found peace and we're going to the light. And maybe one day we'll see each other again in the next life. The end. I was hoping for that. Anything unfinished, but perhaps the final moments when the spirits finally see the light and they go into it and everything will be okay. So I was hoping for that. Anyway, let's go to number 7. Do you believe some people's obsessions can outlast death? Yes, they can. Of course it can. I mean, I can like cheat death if I choose to. The reason why I can cheat my own death is because I take good care of myself. I make sure I don't end up in a hospital. I'll make sure nothing ever hits me in the face or whatever. I would avoid all that shit. I would really just take care of myself properly. That's how I cheat death. Make sure I don't end up dead myself. I would literally avoid all the bad stuff and listen to the warnings. So I think Tara did the right thing, avoiding that death by packing up her shit and moving out of the building. I think she definitely did the right thing. Let's go to number 8. Was Tara right to leave immediately instead of investigating further? Yes, she did. Of course she did. If I were Tara, I would probably do the same thing, but also I would want to continue investigating it. And after that, I would definitely move out. I would leave and try to stay alive. But I think Tara did the right thing. I'm actually happy for Tara to move out from that building because I know she felt unsafe. So, yes, she did the right thing. Let me know in the comments if Tara did the right thing by leaving without investigations. So, we've got 2 questions left. Well, yeah, so let's go to number 9. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. Is an intelligent haunting scarier than a repetitive one? I think it's repetitive one, because if a haunting can be a lot scarier than any others, it would probably, the spirits were probably telling me that you shouldn't be here, or it can be a lot scarier. You would not know what the haunting can actually do to you. Like, say, evil spirits can threaten us just to scare the crap out of us. But repetitive can be like a warning, trying to tell us not to stay any longer, try to like help us find a safer place, try not to get involved with it. This is what repetitive would be like. Good spirits are trying to warn us, even the living. So, intelligent haunting is not that scary. I think perhaps maybe Leonard wanted her to notice what was going on. Maybe he wanted to be remembered. Perhaps he was just waiting for someone to notice him and trying to help him move on, even though he can't. He didn't want to scare her. He just wanted her to notice him, remember him, acknowledge him. So I'm actually happy that Tara Lee left, because she didn't want to be a part of it. But good thing she did. So Leonard was not scary, but he was just trying to get her attention somehow, get everyone else's attention. Sorry, my voice can be very scratchy sometimes. Okay. We have one last question left before I sign off, because I gotta get ready for tomorrow. Chris and I are getting everything out of this house, taken to the new house, and unloading the car, organize the house, and get everything taken care of. So anyway, Uncle Brian, which is my uncle-in-law, and is gonna help with all the stuff. My little kitty over there on the couch watching mommy work. Hi, Tally. I love you. So, okay, let's go with the last question. If you found yourself inside a dead stranger's unfinished story, what would you do? Well, if I were in his story, I would figure out how to help. I would help him how to get the best ending. Like, literally, I would literally help him somehow find the good ending. I would tell the truth to the spirit in the story, that he is no longer supposed to be in the apartment. If I ever found myself in his story, I would be very happy about it, but I would tell the spirit that he's no longer on earth, or whatever. He is no longer alive. And we're trying to help him find whatever he's looking for, give him the best ending. So that's what I would do. Okay, so we are out of time. Thank you guys for listening and watching. So tomorrow will be the new story. It's called The Blue Coat at Winter Station. I hope you guys are ready for that, but I will stop by to this apartment and do my evening show here and then take my laptop back where it belongs, to my new place. So I hope you guys are ready for it. Anyway, thank you for listening and staying safe, and thank you for staying brave enough to listen. And I really hope you guys leaving me comments down below. Uh, Also, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you all tomorrow on episode 143 right here, live stream, right here on Ghosting with Anya. And please click like, share, and subscribe. And have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching. May God bless you all and protect you. Every night you should probably pray to God to watch over you, and you can still listen to my ghost stories every night. Um, so yeah. Anyway, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully at the same time as tonight. Um, yeah. Good night and be safe, kids. Stay in school and stay safe. May God protect you all and stay spooky. I love you guys. Good night. Bye.